Okay. Look like we're back there. I don't know what happened there with the connection there. But just to recap what I was saying, did working at the grocery store in Central Florida, did some night stocking, worked construction a little bit there, worked at a Navy base, worked at a fast food restaurant, worked at a police station, joined the military, served 12 years in the military, had the experience to do the first Gulf War, and then after about 12 years got out the military. And currently been in business now a little about 20 years plus now, going strong. My wife and I currently live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and she's also retired after 22 years serving in the military. Okay, so that's a little bit about me and my working history in business, marketing, sales, a little bit of personal financial success, learning about taxes, learning about debts, how to get out of debts, how to minimize expenses, and learning about how investments actually work. Okay, and so today these are the things that we want to talk about today with everybody. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get into today's topics, which is to just give you a little overall concept of financial education. There's some factors that you must look at. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to reduce taxes, you got to minimize expenses, you got to be in business, and you got to eliminate debt. Those are the factors in becoming personal financial successful. Now, since I said personal financial success, okay, being successful, let's define what personal financial success is. Okay, you heard of many people retiring after 20, 30, 40 years on the job, but they still have to go back to work. These people are retired. They did retire from company A, okay, or company B, okay, and then they had to go back to work. Why is that? For the masses, it's because they don't have personal financial success. Now, let's define personal financial success. Personal financial success is having enough money to maintain your standard of living without getting a job. So for an example, let's say your lifestyle is $2,000 a month. That's your lifestyle. And you retire and you got $2,000 a month coming in. So you no longer have to work if you got $2,000 a month coming in, and that takes care of your life. So you will be considered what we call personal financial successful. Let's say you got $5,000 coming in. That's your lifestyle. So you will be personal financial successful. You don't need $1 million to be successful financially. Now let's say that your lifestyle is $5,000, but you only got $2,000 coming in. Well, you already see I'm at a deficit. I need $2,000 more a month. So I have to go out and get another job, okay, or find a way to cut expenses, get out of debt, or minimize taxes to recoup that other $2,000, that $3,000 that I'm losing, okay, in order for me to be personal financial successful. So those are the things, guys and ladies, you must get to that point in order to become free financially there, okay? So as I go through this information, I'll get better with this laptop here, just figure out here, how can I get this thing here just to stay on without timing out, okay? All right, so now let's explain, we already talked about the difference between retirement and personal financial success, okay? Because many people retire, okay? The next thing I want to cover right quick is education, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, understand this, okay? Education is great. Ain't nothing wrong with education. But it's subject specifics, okay? And let me tell you what I mean by subject specifics, okay? If you are educated in being a lawyer, it doesn't mean you know how to work on cars. If you are educated in working on cars, it doesn't mean you know how to be a lawyer, okay? You're an expert and you've been educated in that subject. Too often times, people are educated traditionally in many subjects that we know of. It doesn't equate to financial education unless you've been educated in that field. This is why the masses are failing at these things, okay? So now, let's go to my next topic here, okay? Now, as I stated earlier, the key factors here to get into personal financial success is this, okay? I got to lower my taxes. Okay? I got to get out of debt. Okay? I got to lower my living expenses. Okay? And I got to be a business owner. Okay? I got to be a business owner. Part-time or full-time. And the reason this is important because in order to lower my taxes enough, I need to be a business owner. So I don't tell you what business to get in. If you want to know what business that I'm involved with and I'm teaching, then that's something you can ask me in the comments below, and then I'll get back with you on that. Okay? But you have to do those things. Okay? So now let's go to my next thing. Okay? Now, if you think about this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Think about this. If I'm losing, okay, 20 to 50% in taxes of my income, and I'm losing now 10 to 25% in debt, I'm losing 5 to 10% in living expenses. Ladies and gentlemen, on both ends, small end and large end, that's 35% of my income. Here, that's 75, that's 85% of my income. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't take a scientist or a genius to figure out this person is not going to make it financially. Okay? They're not going to make it financially. You can't lose this type of percentage in taxes, debts, and living expenses and expect to do better financially. It's just not mathematical possible to do that. So I have to learn how to reduce taxes, minimize expenses, get out of debt, that free up more of my money. So now, speaking of money, let's go to money. Okay, this is something I learned a long time ago. Many people say they don't make enough money. Well, let's prove it with math. Okay? If a person makes $25,000 a year and they work 40 years, that's $1 million they made. Then they have a spouse that makes $25,000 for 40 years, that's another million. So this household made $2 million over 40 years, and they still are not personal and financial successful. That's 40 years and they made $2 million. Some people make $50,000. Okay? So all we do is take out this number here, the $25,000, and let's make that $50,000. Because some do make $50,000 a year. Well, that's $2 million, that's $2 million, and now this is $4 million. So ladies and gentlemen, for you that's watching out here, if you add up the money that you have made over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, money is not the reason you're not personally financially successful. The reason you're not personally financially successful is not because you're a bad person and I'm a good person, or vice versa. The reason is, back to what we said prior to this, and I think you'll start to get this picture down clear. The reason is, once again, you remember? Taxes, debts, living expenses, and no business. This is the reason why people are not there. How about investments, CJ? Well, let's talk about that right quick, just a little bit, because this is not the investment time to talk about that, but let me just hit on that right quick. Investments, 401k, 403b, IRA, mutual funds, stocks, and bonds. Okay? Invest where? How long? What rate? How much money should I stick in there? See, ladies and gentlemen, if all you know is the word investment, 90% of the time, you will fail financially. See, ladies and gentlemen, you got to learn where, how long, what rate, how much money should I stick in there? See, you got to know them factors. And then if I get laid off, and this depends on me working the W-2 income, all this stops. So you have to go get personal financially successful in order to win financially in this country. Taxes is not a bad thing. We need tax dollars to pay for schools, roads, military defense, police officers, fire departments, all the different things that taxes take care of or should take care of. You gotta have that. But ladies and gentlemen, the law never said you got to pay all the taxes in the world. You can reduce the taxes. That's why Congress passed laws for people to be in business in order to minimize your taxes. They incentivize us to be in business, okay? So that's something there you should think about, okay? All right, so now let me go down here just a little further, and we just about there to conclude here, okay? All right, so now let me pull this back open here so I can look at my next little bit of nuggets that I can give you here today, okay? All right, we talked about 90% of the people, why they fail financially. We talked about you can't lose so much money in taxes, debts, and living expenses. Explain it's not possible to become financially successful paying that money out. We talked about that. We kind of showed that a little demonstration there. Okay? The key factors, taxes, debts, living expenses, and being in business. We showed that as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, to sum up everything here for you, you got to go get financially educated. Okay? You got to go get financially educated somewhere. Okay? So if you're interested in being in business part-time and learning how to do better financially overall, give me a call, 910-557-0613, ask for CJ, and we can begin this process with you. And one last nugget I want you to see and understand this piece here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are 40 years of age plus, not debt-free, and trying to get there, and you still have a 30-year mortgage, and you're not financially independent yet, you can be financially independent and still be paying for a mortgage. You can be financially independent, still paying for a car payment. How is that possible? Because, ladies and gentlemen, financially independent is only having enough money to maintain your standard of living. That's what that is, okay? So if you are 40 years of age and you got 20 to 30 years left on a mortgage, that math says 60 to 70 years before I'm debt free. If I'm currently working a job trying to get to retirement. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a long, I don't have enough time to stick enough money in my 401k and let it grow to a big enough number to give me what I need, okay? And so I have to go get financially educated so I can reduce the biggest expense that I have in my house, which is taxes, okay? That's the biggest expense that most people have in their house. Then is debts, then is living expenses, okay? Those things there are the biggest killer of a person becoming financially independent. So you can fix that if you so desire. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you taking this time out with me. I appreciate you going through this little bitty fumbling back and forth with me on this computer here. We're going to get this right and get it better. So if you got some comments, okay, go ahead and leave your comments at the bottom. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I am doing a giveaway. iPad, iPhone, Note 4, Note 5, Note 8, iPhone 8 Plus, iPad first generation, Xbox first generation 360, cameras, printers, some UFC gloves. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, so I'll put my business card in the bottom of the description. You go there, click on that, you see a whole slew of other things. But if you go to giveaway, you'll see the giveaway. If you refer 10 people to my YouTube channel, then you'll get a free ticket. or you can buy tickets at the bottom of the description down there. You can buy tickets once you go to the business card, $25 a ticket, and you can buy as many as you like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification button, and don't forget, I'll be doing more classes throughout the month on personal financial success. I appreciate you for taking this time out with me today. I appreciate it. Come on over here, Jason, say hello to everybody for me. Come on, come over here. Put your iPad down right quick. This is my grandson, okay? He came up with me in my office here. I don't know if you can see him there. Yeah, you can see him. I can see him right here. So, Jason, just tell everybody hello.
Hello.
Hello. And tell them to go ahead and subscribe to your Paw YouTube channel.
Subscribe to my Pawpaw's YouTube channel.
And right now, the name is still Arch 392 Scat Pack, but as of